With the birth of their new child, 1000lb sister actress Amy Slaton has promised a significant update on her contentious relationship with Brian Scott Laverne. Amy and her sister Tammy Slaton gained notoriety for documenting their weight loss journeys. After having bariatric surgery and reducing over 120 pounds, Amy was able to achieve her goal of becoming a mother. She married Michael Halterman in 2019. The couple's two boys, Glenn and Gage, were born. But there were problems in their marriage, leading to a split in 2023. Amy disclosed Scott as her lover in the 7th season of the 1000-Pound Sisters. Amy's 1000lb Sisters connection has been criticized for moving too fast, but her most recent accomplishment might be the most shocking to far. On season 7 of 1000lb Sisters, Amy was busy getting ready for her sister's wedding, even throughout the risky operation. It appears that Amy and Brian, her new partner, may have finally exchanged vows off camera. Amy. However, there was a sense of exhilaration at the Slaton residence, such as it was the first time the sun had risen over Dixon, Kentucky. Tammy and Amy Slaton were preparing for their first international vacation. In London, a whole adventure. A goal that always seemed too big, too costly, or too impossible to reach. 1000lb Sisters. Not this year, though. The decision to create a show titled 1000lb Sisters Across the Pond was made by TLC. Amy woke up first and was nervous right away. "Hey, Tammy, get up, girl. We have a lot of work to do before the van arrives," she said. Exclaimed, dancing around the room with her typical frenetic eagerness. Still wrapped like a burrito in her blanket, Tammy complained. Amy rolled her eyes and said, "Amy, it is 6 o'clock in the morning. The British people aren't even conscious yet. They'll be awake by the time we get there, so hurry up." Packing mayhem begins. Packing to go to London was a lot of work. Amy wanted to bring everything. A whole bag of hot Cheetos, 3 separate hair straighteners, and gauges. Just in case, a superhero sweatshirt. Her backup makeup bag and cosmetics bag. But it was more selective with Tammy. She said, holding a notebook, "I'm taking my UK snacks list. Fish and fries, meat pies, biscuits, 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 biscuits. I have no idea what it is." Amy burst out laughing. "You just want food, girl." "Yeah." And taking in the sights, Tammy said, pretending to be offended. The cameramen were filming them as they fumbled with massive luggage. The cameraman snorted at one point as the two sisters laughed so hard that Amy sat on the bag while Tammy zipped it. Getting together. TLC had arranged for a London travel aide named Oliver, who appeared on a video call with a clean suit, well-groomed hair, and a British accent that made Amy laugh uncontrollably. 1000lb Sisters. "Hello, women. I'll be helping you move around London safely and comfortably," Oliver said warmly. "Amy, he cute," Tammy whispered. "Oh, Harry Potter," cried Amy. "I'm going to go crazy." "I'm going to go crazy," Tammy nodded, feeling surprisingly moved. "I never imagined that I would travel this far away from home. I barely made it down the street last year. Today, I'm traveling across an ocean." But yes, Oliver went over their schedule. A London Eye, a trip to Buckingham Palace, a Harry Potter studio tour, a tasting of fish and chips, a unique surprise occasion. The day finally arrived, and Tammy rolled out with confidence, a small Union Jack flag tied on the back of her wheelchair for vibes. Amy took her hand, saying, "This is something you earned." Both of us did. The airport was filled with people, this time with curiosity and excitement rather than condemnation, and some fans even asked, "Oh my God, are you all the Slaton sisters?" Amy chuckled, and Tammy smiled proudly as they took pictures, signed boarding passes and arms, and the London flight. The sisters were amazed by everything once they were on the plane. Tammy pressed her face against the window. Amy forgot to bring a huge metal hair clip with her. Tammy forgot that her snacks were classified as liquids because they were pudding packs. "Amy," asked the TSA man. "I don't know. The officers were amused, tolerant, and maybe a little overwhelmed. Security had its own moment on reality TV. When they finally reached Heathrow Airport, Oliver was prepared with a poster that read, "Welcome, Tammy, Amy, America's favorite sisters." Amy gripped the rest of her arm and said, "Until we land, we had better stay in those clouds." The flight attendants brought extra pillows, blankets, and snacks as if they were queens. Tammy watched 3 films. Amy began to cry as the plane passed over the glittering lights of London. The Slaton mansion began to arouse with anxious excitement just as the sun had risen above Dixon, Kentucky, but Tammy nearly started crying as Amy filmed everything, shouting, "We're in London, y'all." As they entered the city, they looked at the red buses, the old stone buildings, and the bustling streets, and Tammy gasped, "Amy, we really made it." In addition, both sisters felt for the first time in a long time as if they were living life rather than just surviving it. Weigh-in day was one of those days that could change everything. TLC cameras were set up in the living room, prepared to capture every tear, smile, and transformation the sisters would go through. It was a tense morning, and Amy was the first to wake up. As her alarm went off at 6 in the morning, she had been lying awake, staring at the ceiling. "Today's the day, girl," she told herself, "you either did it perfectly or you didn't." She slithered out of bed to avoid waking the other sisters. In contrast, Tammy was already awake and sitting in her wheelchair in the living room, with Maria, her nurse, helping her get dressed. Tammy had a determined but tense expression, and the days of dreading weigh-ins were over. She sprayed her face with water, looked at her mirror, and took a deep breath, praying that her efforts would be rewarded after months of meal planning, neighborhood walks, chasing after her toddlers, and trying her hardest to avoid stress eating. Stronger and healthier than before. "I'm going to shock him today," Tammy said as she sipped her sugar-free iced tea. "I feel it." When they arrived at Dr. Eric's clinic, the sisters began to joke, argue, and tease each other before suddenly going silent. Amy muttered, "I swear my heart is beating like a drum." Tammy rolled her eyes theatrically. The TLC van picked them up at around 9 a.m. The ride seemed to go on forever. "That scale is the scariest thing ever, girl." They both laughed, which momentarily eased the tension. The weigh-in began. Amy was the first to step on the scale. She closed her eyes as the figures loaded. The room was silent, and no one was breathing. Amy gasped, "No way in hell." Dr. Eric smiled proudly. "Amy, you've been working hard. If you keep up this pace, you'll accomplish your long-term objectives sooner than you may have imagined." As the team applauded, Amy wiped away her tears. "I succeeded. 10,000 lb sisters. Did it, I promise." She immediately shared her happy tears with her kids via FaceTime. Tammy followed. She took a deep breath as Maria helped her stand up. She still required mobility aids, but she was much stronger now. The scale beeped, then again, then again. The room held their breath. The final weight flashed at 428 pounds, a 41 pounds drop. Tammy's mouth dropped open. Holy yes. The clinic burst into joy. Tears were streaming down Tammy's cheeks as she covered her face. The cameras rolled softly in the background as the sisters sat on a seat outside after the weigh-ins. "This is the biggest step forward you've ever taken, Tammy. It makes me very proud of you," said Dr. Eric, while Amy gave her a firm embrace. "Sis, I knew you could succeed," Tammy said, taking a whiff. "I simply didn't think that the numbers would ever reverse themselves again," a sincere assurer. She had fought her emotions, habits, and body for years, but all of a sudden, she was winning. Amy gave Tammy a little prod. "You know what? The Slaton way of celebrating." The family threw a small celebration at home, and this time there will be grilled chicken, sugar-free lemon water, and colorful fruit platters instead of bad food. Gage carried balloons around. "This is what we're doing this time for real." Tammy wiped her eyes and nodded. "Yes, and I won't be returning forever." They made a pinky pledge to keep fighting, pushing, and living, just like they used to do as kids. The world was bustling with everyday activity outside as the morning sun softly seeped through the Slaton family kitchen window, but Amy's heart was going through a storm that had finally begun to subside. Amy's cup went up to fresh starts. Tammy raised hers in reference to the weight we lost, but Amy sat at the table drinking her first cup of warm lemon water, a habit she had just recently developed. The previous year had been a roller coaster for Amy, with emotional breakdowns, late-night cravings, weight struggles, and the stress of raising two young boys, Glenn and Gage. On top of all of that, she had been growing more and more afraid of losing herself. But one evening, when she looked in the mirror, she didn't recognize the woman staring back at her. Something inside her broke, and she whispered to herself, "I deserve better." The next day, she called Tammy and said, "I need help, Tam. Real help. I can't do it alone." Tammy didn't hesitate. "I'm here." Sigh all the time. Together, they signed up for a TLC-sponsored structured healing retreat designed specifically for their mental and physical transformation. 1,000 LB sisters. Everything would be recorded on camera, but Amy, for once, didn't mind. She yearned to get her life back. The retreat. Constructed near Cuckie's rolling hills, the retreat. There were three main components to her program. One was physical recovery, where Amy stretched gently in the mornings before trying water therapy, which she had never done before. She felt weightless and almost free in the pool, and for the first time in years, working out didn't feel like a punishment. The facility featured a serene setting with fields teeming with wild flowers, bird song, and pleasant walking trails. Amy could feel her stress melting away the moment she arrived. Firmly pushed her. "One step at a time, Amy. No one is being raced by you. Just keep going." Amy felt her endurance gradually increasing. She breathed more easily. Her body ached less. She became more confident. Too, she was healing emotionally. It was hard to talk about her past stress and worries, but her therapist, Dr. Laurel, had a way of making her feel comfortable. Amy said, "You've been strong for everyone else for years. Now is the moment to stand up for yourself now." For the first time in months, Amy shed tears, not of sorrow, but of relief. She talked about her anxiety of not being a good mother, her tiredness, and her guilt. She then started to gradually rebuild herself from the inside out. 3. Family healing and reconnection. Tammy and the rest of the family came to visit on the weekends. Amy was surprised by how much Tammy, who had experienced her own difficult road, encouraged her. "You're doing fine, sis," Tammy replied. At the end of the retreat, Amy felt like a different person. She didn't change overnight or magically lose hundreds of pounds, but she gained hope, which was far more important. Amy smiled as she gave her a firm embrace. "You have my admiration. I'm proud of both of us." They cooked better meals together, walked along the flower pathways, and talked, something they hadn't done in years, Amy said. In her most recent TLC interview, Amy said, "This journey wasn't about losing weight, and that's okay. It takes time to heal, but at last, I'm moving in the direction of the light rather than away from it. I'm still healing, and that's okay. It takes time to heal." She gave Glenn and Gage big embraces when she got home. Perfection wasn't something that she promised. She promised effort, affection, and a healthier future. Greetings and welcome to my channel, viewers. My name is Mina, and I hope you're enjoying your day. If you like the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel. The next day, she called Tammy and said, "I need help, Tam. Real help. I can't do it alone." Tammy didn't hesitate. "I'm here." Sigh all the time. Together, they signed up for a TLC-sponsored structured healing retreat designed specifically for their mental and physical transformation. 1,000 LB sisters. Everything would be recorded on camera, but Amy, for once, didn't mind. She yearned to get her life back. The retreat. Constructed near Cuckie's rolling hills, the retreat. There were three main components to her program. One was physical recovery, where Amy stretched gently in the mornings before trying water therapy, which she had never done before. She felt weightless and almost free in the pool, and for the first time in years, working out didn't feel like a punishment. The facility featured a serene setting with fields teeming with wild flowers, bird song, and pleasant walking trails. Amy could feel her stress melting away the moment she arrived. Firmly pushed her. One step at a time, Amy. No one is being raced by you. Just keep going. Amy felt her endurance gradually increasing. She breathed more easily. Her body ached less. She became more confident. Too, she was healing emotionally. It was hard to talk about her past stress and worries, but her therapist, Dr. Laurel, had a way of making her feel comfortable. Amy said, "You've been strong for everyone else for years. Now is the moment to stand up for yourself now." For the first time in months, Amy shed tears, not of sorrow, but of relief. She talked about her anxiety of not being a good mother, her tiredness, and her guilt. She then started to gradually rebuild herself from the inside out. 3. Family healing and reconnection. Tammy and the rest of the family came to visit on the weekends. Amy was surprised by how much Tammy, who had experienced her own difficult road, encouraged her. "You're doing fine, sis," Tammy replied. At the end of the retreat, Amy felt like a different person. She didn't change overnight or magically lose hundreds of pounds, but she gained hope, which was far more important. Amy smiled as she gave her a firm embrace. "You have my admiration. I'm proud of both of us." They cooked better meals together, walked along the flower pathways, and talked, something they hadn't done in years, Amy said. In her most recent TLC interview, Amy said, "This journey wasn't about losing weight, and that's okay. It takes time to heal, but at last, I'm moving in the direction of the light rather than away from it. I'm still healing, and that's okay. It takes time to heal." She gave Glenn and Gage big embraces when she got home. Perfection wasn't something that she promised. She promised effort, affection, and a healthier future. Greetings and welcome to my channel, viewers. My name is Mina, and I hope you're enjoying your day. If you like the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel.